Hey guys, how would you rate your willpower 1 to 10? Do you suck? Well, let me tell you how to change willpower around and understand it better in this video starting now. Okay, willpower is essentially one of the greatest things. It's the cornerstone of discipline, and we've all heard about it. But have you heard about the marshmallow test? All right, let's talk about the marshmallow test. Did you know that on average, a human being makes 35,000 decisions a day? Wow, that was incredible when I found out. I tried to count all of them up, but I couldn't decide when to begin and when to stop. But anyway, I'll tell you, during the 1960s and 1970s, a Stanford professor by the name of Walter Mischel, he conducted a marshmallow experiment where he would put little children in rooms, and this is when you can experiment on kids, obviously. He took kids into a room, and one kid would get one marshmallow, but they would promise the kid a second marshmallow if he didn't eat the first one for 15 minutes. Then they would come back and give the kid a second marshmallow, and then he could eat both. Now, interesting things happened. They did thousands of these experiments, and Stanford is great on, I guess, experimenting with kids. Okay, anyway, the interesting thing was that, guess what? Most children couldn't resist the urge of not eating that marshmallow. And I know as adults, there's many adults that would probably have eaten the marshmallow too. But it was interesting take with kids was that 1/3 of all of the kids, as soon as that door closed, ate that marshmallow. Other kids, there were kids that sniffed it, that tasted it, that licked it, that squished it, that touched it. They weren't told not to touch it. And then there were some kids that closed their eyes, that just sat there looking around. There were some kids that never touched it, and they got rewarded with that second marshmallow. They followed those two groups for 40 years. They were no longer kids anymore. And then they tried the experiment again, and everybody ate the marshmallow this time. Just kidding. They followed this group around, and what occurred was fascinating. The group that ate the marshmallow versus the group that didn't eat the marshmallow and was rewarded on their willpower, guess which one was more successful? Yeah, the people that waited were more successful. They had better health, they had better wealth, they had better relationships because their willpower tended to be stronger. Now, human beings are not perfect. We have good amount of willpower in some areas and not so good amount of willpower in other areas. Now, let's look on how you can improve this willpower secret. Number one, you probably have what I call leaky faucets. Things that make you weaker. Whatever your kryptonite is, they drip. It's like a leaky faucet. Basically, drip, 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 and then you get the bill at the end a year later or 3 months later or whenever you pay your water bill, and you're shocked because those little drips have added up. So somewhere along the line, your productivity and how you could be doing more is dripping along, and you need to find where that leak is. You need to look at where your time is going, right? How you can control your willpower. And it's actually going to require a little bit of time. Find out where your leaks are. You have to listen to it. You have to talk to other people. You have to see your own schedule. I like to write down what I'm doing in the day to kind of see where my leaky faucets are, where I could do better. And so do that test, the leaky faucet, and look at where you're wasting time and where you need more willpower, and then you'll be able to adjust and turn that faucet off, right? Number two thing you need to understand is we have ego depletion, and it's not like ego in terms of someone being cocky. It's ego in terms of being able to effectively resist the urges and have more willpower. Roy Baumeister wrote a book called Willpower. And in that book, he's a social psychologist, and in that particular book, he talks about willpower and this ego depletion thing where as the day goes on, you get less and less willpower. So if you practice great amount of willpower, you did all of your rituals and everything you were supposed to do, your habits were online and everything was perfect, towards the latter part of the day, you're actually going to get depleted. And that's when you break down. That's when, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I've been dieting the whole day. Let me just eat what I want. Let me just go ahead and binge on Netflix. Let me just watch eons of Real Housewives, knowing that, I've already exhausted my willpower in the earlier part of the day. So if you make little tweaks and adjustments, understand that as the day goes by, as you get tired and hungry and upset or stressed, that your willpower actually diminishes. That's why there are certain people out there, you always see them wearing a black t-shirt and blue jeans, especially in the tech world, because that's one less decision out of the 35,000 they have to make. I like to dress, so I'm not gonna just wear a black t-shirt and jeans every day. That's not me. That's cool. I don't have their money either. But you can try to diminish some of the decisions you make by establishing routines and habits, and then creating a no distraction zone around that. So instead of having that marshmallow in front of you, have no marshmallow at all. So if you're having trouble with your diet, remove the things that you like to eat or snack on. If you're having trouble with TV, remove the TV. If you're having trouble with, Netflix, cancel cable, cancel Netflix, put it away. If you have to write a certain amount of songs or rap songs, or you're a creative person, you have to paint X amount of hours, then take and limit the distractions, because then now you don't have to use willpower because it's not there to begin with. You can't go and open an empty shelf because you have a chips eating habit. Now it's not there. There is no willpower. It's going to actually take you comfort priority to get in your car, to go down or click a button and have it delivered to you. So make it hard on yourself by having zones around where your leaky faucets is, and then do a little bit of adjusting and maneuvering every single day to give you willpower. Look, nobody's born with productivity as part of their personality. These are all relatable and learnable skills. So I will always say that success leaves clues, but so does failure. If you like this content, go ahead and give me a like or subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.